Hello and welcome to my porch. My name is Roy. I am a home cook and amateur baker, and I am here on this channel typically sharing recipes that have helped me to lose over 125 pounds, whether those recipes are mine or someone else's. Now today I'm on the porch, so there is no recipe. Today is a tag, or rather a no tag Tuesday. And the questions this week come from Joan over at Joan's Pointed Plate. And she claimed she was going easy on us. And for the most part, she did. But, you know me, I have such a hard time making decisions. This is an either or. It was sometimes a challenge. Not always, but on occasion, a bit of a challenge, because I can always see both sides, so I go back and forth all the time. Makes Paul crazy. And I am wearing my Trixie Mattel shirt, my 3X Trixie Mattel shirt. I still have it because I haven't been able to replace it, so I still wear it. And she just came out with a show on Discovery Plus called Trixie Motel, which I loved. I mean, it's only 2 episodes in, but I really am enjoying it. And so I wore this in honor of her new show, and just because I like wearing it. Do I really need another reason? Anyway, so let's get started. This is an either or, whatever, summer food edition. Number 1, hamburger or cheeseburger? Definitely cheeseburger. That's an easy one. Not that I am excluding a hamburger, but if I have a choice for some cheese, I'm going for the cheeseburger. Number 2, hot dog or a bratwurst? Now, I'm more used to having hot dogs, but if I want something more substantial, see, this is where I'm getting into the problems. If I want something more substantial, a bratwurst is much meatier, beefier, nice big hearty bite rather than a skinny little hot dog. All right, so even though I'm more accustomed to a hot dog, and I do enjoy a hot dog, I am going to go with the bratwurst just because if I have to choose, I just want that meatier, fuller texture than a hot dog can give me. So I'm going bratwurst. Long way of saying that. Okay, on your hot dog or a bratwurst, ketchup, mustard, or both together. Now, I do want to point out, Joan, that up top, you did say you must pick one, you can't say both. And now you have the audacity of dangling a both in front of us. How very dare you. But I would go with mustard, especially spicy brown mustard, especially with some onions and sauerkraut. Yeah, that would be my ideal. Paul, he would go with ketchup and some onions. Number 4, barbecue chicken or grilled steak. Now, Paul said, because I automatically knew he'd go for steak, because he's a steak eater. But he said if it was fried chicken and not barbecue chicken, and it was really well done, and I told him to just assume everything is well done the way you would want it, he would go with fried chicken. But because it's barbecue chicken versus grilled steak, he'd probably go with steak. Me, I'm more of a chicken person. I'm not really much of a steak eater. I do like a grilled steak, but I also love barbecue, and chicken is more preferred, not just from a weight loss standpoint, but just I'm typically not much of a meat eater. I do eat it on occasion, and I do enjoy it, and I love a good burger. But of the two, I'm going to go with the chicken. Number 5, watermelon or cantaloupe. And here is another place where I'm getting into trouble. I love watermelon, especially, and I know this is not real watermelon, but especially those watermelon Jolly Ranchers. Those in the green apple are my favorites of the Jolly Rancher. And I know I'm getting off topic, but you know me, of course I'm going off topic. But of the two, I do love a cantaloupe. I guess if I have to choose, and apparently I do, Joan, I guess I'm going with watermelon because there's something about that juiciness of a watermelon. But honestly, a cantaloupe, I love a cantaloupe as well. But I'm going to go with watermelon just because I can't say both, unless she's asking about condiments, apparently. But yeah, I'll go with watermelon, especially in the summer. I think I'd prefer watermelon. For some reason, cantaloupe feels a little more fall or spring-like, maybe because it's a bit heavier, heartier. So I'll go with watermelon, although honestly, I could do either one. Number 6, lemonade or iced tea. And since I can't say both, because my preference would be to mix them together and make what they call an Arnold Palmer, but since I cannot say both, I'm going with lemonade. Either freshly made or the little packets. I'm not that fussy, although freshly made is obviously superior. But of the two, I'm going with lemonade. Number 7, ice cream or water ice. Now, I had to ask Joan about this because I didn't know if water ice was like a slushie or a snow cone, but it's more in between. She said it's an Italian ice. In New Jersey, apparently that's what they call it. Although when I grew up in New Jersey, I lived there, I think I was like from the age of like 1 to 8 or so. I do remember having Italian ice there and in New York. But I don't remember it being called water ice. So maybe I was in Bayonne. I don't know where that is in relation to where she is. But anyway, I do remember getting Italian ice in the little paper cups. And as you got down into the cup, you kind of squeeze the cup together and eat it. Loved an Italian ice. But if I have to choose, I'm going to take ice cream, and Paul is with me on this one. All right, number 8, another spot where I'm going to get into some trouble. Potato salad or macaroni salad. I can't say both. I get it, Joan. I can't say both. I think I would go with potato salad just because of that firm texture. I'm a texture eater, as I've mentioned previously on this channel. I love eating things for texture as well as taste, but sometimes I'll eat things more for the texture than the taste. And potato salad is one of those things that has that nice texture that I like. Although I love a good macaroni salad. And you may have seen, and I'm gonna card it here somewhere. It's gonna be carded. I did a BLT macaroni salad, which is delicious. So check that out. I'll also link it down in the description box. So I like either one, but if I have to choose, I'm going with the firmer texture of a potato salad. Paul did choose macaroni salad, so I guess I know which one I have to make. 9, grilling, gas or charcoal. Now, when I went over these questions with Paul, this one really threw me because if I'm eating it I would like the flavor of charcoal. If I'm making it, if I have to start it, I'm going with the ease of gas because I'm not great with grilling to begin with. So having to set up the charcoal, get it started, hope it stays started, let it sit, too much work for me. So if I have to start it all and cook, I'm going gas. If it's eating, I would go with charcoal because I like that flavor, especially if it's like that wood charcoal. But Paul told me that take that out of the equation, that I have to set it up. Say it's all set up for me, which one would I choose? I suppose I'd choose charcoal. So I'll go, because it's food related, I'm going to go with flavor over the work. I'll go with charcoal. Number 10, and this is not the last question. She did give us a bonus question. But number 10, eating outside or inside. If it's like it is today, it's like 65 degrees today in Massachusetts. It is sunny. It is a little breezy and it's blowing pollen all around, which I'm going to have to shake off of me because Paul has issues with pollen. But if it's like this, we've had some great outside meals if the weather is right. But generally speaking, I'd much prefer inside where you don't have to deal with bugs, you don't have to deal with the wind, you don't have to deal with whatever. So overall, I'd go inside, but if the weather is right, then outside. But since that's kind of a both answer, I guess I'm going to go inside. Because there I know I'm not going to have any issues, usually. And the bonus question, not food related, but summer related. Cornhole or horseshoes? Now, this one threw me for a second because there are other interpretations of the word cornhole, but I did figure out that it was the game where you throw the beanbag into the little hole in a board on the ground or whatever. And I initially picked that, although Paul picked horseshoes. And then he told me that horseshoes would be easier because you don't have to get it around the little spike or stake or whatever you call it. I'm so sporty. You just have to get it closest. Whereas in cornhole, you have to get it in the hole, I would assume. Being close doesn't count. I've obviously never really played either one. But I suppose if I have to choose, although cornhole sounds more fun for many reasons, horseshoes sounds easier because I don't have to be as precise. And with my neuropathy and myopathy, throwing, I'd be lucky if I didn't throw it into a window. I think I'd go with that because less accuracy, as far as I understand, is required. And these days, I was never very accurate in sports stuff, but these days especially, I am not at all accurate. So, I'm going to go with horseshoes, final answer, although certain versions of, never mind. That wraps up this tag. Thank you, Joan, for going somewhat easy on us, except for my inability to choose things typically, and your trick of telling us not to choose both, but then giving us the option of choosing both. You're just a tormentor, Joan. Now, I don't recall who is next week. I didn't look at the calendar before I checked. I know I'm the week after. I want to say it's Kat, maybe? I don't know. I'm going to put whoever it is here. But I'm going to put all of the questions down in the description box, as well as links to the other channels that typically do these tags. So go check them out, give them some subscription love, follow them for all of their content, not just their tags. They all have really good content. And if you enjoyed this video, I hope you'll give me a thumbs up. I would appreciate that. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't yet and you are looking for recipes that can help you on a weight loss journey. Share any of my videos if you think there's someone out there who would appreciate the content. And hit the notification bell for the next time I upload any sort of video. And comment down below with your responses to some of these questions, or your responses to my responses. Whatever you want to comment on. As I said, the questions are down below in the description box with the links to the other channels, as well as my Amazon storefront, my Fetch rewards, my Built Bar rewards, and my social media. Here's my Instagram handle if you'd like to follow me over there. And there are 2 Facebook groups that I'm part of. One is mine, Recipes with Roy, and the other one is Finding Our Way, W-E-I-G-H. And that one I co-admin with Jennifer Lynn from the Jennifer Lynn channel, as well as Bree Coleman from Balancing Life with Bree. So join us over there. There's lots of great tips, tricks, recipes, support, and people. So despite the traffic and gunshots in the background, I may sit out here a little bit longer and enjoy the day. I mean, I have my ginger lemonade iced tea. Yes, Joan, I have them both. Anyway, until next time, bye.